Wow, I can't believe we are still blaming the failure of female Ghostbusters on Trump. It always amazes me what people will blame
What?
for. So Paul, is it Feig, Fum? I don't know. Blames
Feige or something like that.
blames upset Trump for a female Ghostbusters film becoming a political statement. Oh boy. Okay, Paul Feig has opened up on a discourse surrounding his reboot of Ghostbusters that came out almost 8 years ago. Okay, the discourse surrounding his reboot of Ghostbusters and the political backlash it received for using an all-female cast. The 2016 version of the beloved 1980s film, starring Kate McKinnon, Leslie Jones, Kristen Wiig, and Mellissa McCarthy as the Ghostbuster characters, replacing the roles previously played by Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson. Due to the death of Ramis in 2014 and Murray's refusal to commit to the project, Sony Pictures decided to reboot the franchise entirely and not make the film as a sequel. Although the film was well received by the critics, audiences turned against it, with Feig claiming in 2020 that an anti-Hillary Clinton movement caused the film's poor box office performance, where it made $229 million. Now, speaking to The Guardian, Feig has again addressed the vitriol aimed at the movie, citing comments made by Trump. The political climate of the time was really weird, with Hillary Clinton running for office in 2016. So he thinks because Hillary Clinton was running for office, people did not want to see an all-female movie.
We didn't want to see an all-female movie because we didn't want it.
There were a lot of dudes looking for a fight. Okay. He then referenced the abuse he would receive on Twitter and noticed that many of the trolls were Trump supporters. Feig added, then Trump came out against us. He was like, they're remaking Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford. You can't do that. And now they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're making Ghostbusters only with women. What's going on? They got all upset. The 62-year-old Bridesmaids and Jackpot director claimed that everybody went effing cannibal, which turned the movie into a political statement about pro or anti-women. Yeah, right. He concluded by saying, I didn't think it mattered at all that the main characters were women, but people brought a lot of baggage. The cast of Feig's film faced misogynistic abuse, with Jones being sent racist tweets ahead of Annapurna's release. The comedian condemned the racism at the time and retweeted the post.
I'm so tired of this. We all get racist jokes. Everybody, even white people. Okay. Because I should know. I do it to them,
To be bringing this up 8 years later is really sad.
I love how Trump must be the most powerful being in the universe.
To be the boogeyman for everybody, to not take accountability.
That man's got some power.
They'll blame the hurricane in Florida on Trump. It's crazy.
I love the comments. It's just a shitty movie. What am I missing? It flopped because it was terrible.
Right.
It was terrible. The best part about it was Chris Hemsworth, and that's only because he leaned into the fact that he was being humiliated as a guy.
It didn't help that they couldn't open in China because they don't like movies with supernatural elements in them over there.
That's true.
Is this Ghostbusters with the female version? How about we write new rules for females and stop making goddamn remakes of male movies with females in them? How about that? Maybe then it wouldn't suck so bad.
Just the remakes in general. When are these?
Stop with the remakes.
Hollywood,
you know what I'm saying?
Gonna realize that we don't want another remake.
If no one gave a shit about this movie, it's
laziness.
Yeah, right. It's a cult class. It's not even a cult classic. It's a classic movie that we made with. If Mellissa McCarthy can't make this shit funny, then you know what? It's just a fucking shitty film. Make something else, female driven, and make it good.
An original, damn.
Right? An original one, right?
There are female directed films. There's films and TVs that have a lot of women in it, but they're good and they're sort of quietly good. It's when the writing sucks or there's other things that suck that people like Paul Feig will use misogyny or Trump as an excuse. It's no, it just wasn't good.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about Ocean's 8.
Oh my god, that was awful.
Nobody watched that one either.
Was in that.
Everybody was in that one. All the ladies.
That was at the beginning of they're trying to make.
It really should be
happen.
humiliating. I know the left, and they are, the what is the third or fourth wave feminism. There should be really a humiliating thing that you have to copy off of something that was created by a man for a cast of men, and then I guess sexually appropriated by putting women in there. You know what I'm saying? So like, if women are as good as, and we are, then why not have something original? Like, why not do something that has not been done by men? Like Ocean 11, 12, what was it? Was it 10, 11, 12?
11, 12, and 13, I believe.
Okay, 11, 12, and 13. Thank you. You don't mess with that movie. It's just good with men. You know what I'm saying? And who wants to see the female version of that?
Nobody wants to see a female Bond, that's for sure.
Oh, no, hell no, we don't want to see no female Bond.
Right, make up a new character that's like a James Bond-esque thing, but doesn't have to be James Bond, because it's gonna upset the boy-run media anyway. So just come up with something like that that's just female-driven. Let all the females go and see it and call it a fucking day. Like, I don't want to encroach on their space.
Yeah,
like, why do we have
exactly.
to? Yeah.
And
because you're gonna get hate no matter what, and even if it was good, people are still gonna hate on it. So
here's that same director a year ago in an interview saying he has no regrets about the movie. Interesting.
Okay, Pocket Square.
Things you have. He just won't stop talking about it though. Like, let it go.
He's so
this
bitter.
was like a
but then again, too few to mention. That's right. That's what Frank Sinatra sang once. But do you have no regrets? Are there things you have no regrets about? A true not regret has to be something that people want you to regret. I refuse to regret this one thing. What would it be? What would this be on No Regrets? Well, it would be the movie I made in 2016, Ghostbusters, with an all-female cast. Just coming out of film school in the 80s, we heard there's this comedy opening up, and it's about guys chasing ghosts, and it's all our favorite guys from SNL and then SCTV. So we ran out and saw it. We thought it was the funniest thing we'd ever seen, and I couldn't believe it. Like, they actually mixed sci-fi with comedy and all this, and I was like, wow, if I could ever make a movie like that, that would be so cool. We'll flash forward to.
So he didn't. He just
you just stole
the idea.
Yeah.
And gender swapped.
About 2014, and I get a call from Sony Studios who want me to do a new Ghostbusters, and I couldn't believe that I actually got asked to do that, and immediately said I don't want to do that because all you can do is fail. It's a classic film, and why would you take that on? Why would you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why?
But he did anyway.
Pascal, who was running the studio at the time, and she was trying to talk me into it. I was like, here's the reasons you can't do it. And then one day I was walking around and went, wait a minute, I work with all these hilarious women. Let's just reboot it. Let's pretend
hilarious.
Let's not take on the old movie at all.
Yikes.
Went and called
Bad
Amy
idea,
and said, I
Paul.
got this idea. We'll reboot it with the female cast. She loved it. Went and pitched it to everybody else. We were really happy with the script, and then we cast it with the funniest women I know, Mellissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon,
I'm
and
trying
Leslie
to
Jones.
figure out
and I was
why he went, like, where his logic went from, I don't want to do another Ghostbusters movie because you can only fail, and then you decide to not only do it, but then guarantee that it's gonna fail. Like, what?
His first thought was the correct thought.
Right.
Yeah, you might have had a chance if you did some homage to the original somehow, like Afterlife did. Most people liked Afterlife. It honored the original. It introduced new characters. It didn't stomp on everything else that came before. Like, you may have had a success with that if you had teamed up with What's His Bucket's son from the original movie, the director from the original movie, and maybe come up with something together. Instead, you went that direction, which doesn't make any
Instead of
sense.
them being, they could be Ghostbusters by being psychics or something. Like, don't do the same thing that the original did. Just have another scene. If you want to fight ghosts, like, pretend that you're getting guidance from the original Ghostbusters, but you're doing it on another level where you're doing psychic powers, or you're just doing it because you're on your period, or I don't know. But
Because you're on your period. Yeah, you're supposed to be your period.
Control.
You know what else I think? I think it's so built up. These are 4 very funny women. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just too built up, and then it just fell so fucking flat. like if you had Melissa in there and then 3 really, really, really hot actresses just in suits.
I
that
don't
are,
think
no,
Leslie is
maybe.
funny. You guys find her funny?
Sometimes,
no, she's
not
kind of
often.
one note. She's very like she has her.
Yeah.
Something
think
she
about
limits
Melissa McCarthy,
herself.
I think she's absolutely hysterical. I think that maybe they're all just, and I don't know much about Leslie Jones, but I
was
don't
kinda
know.
one note.
It fell fucking flat, and it was bizarre, and I don't know.
I don't. I think you're right though. I do think it was hyped a little bit. It's like, oh, all these funny ladies, and we all know and love them, and blah 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 blah. That have only ever played the cute sidekick, actor, best friend role
Well,
ever
they're-
in their entire careers.
Well, right,
But
but
we're
there
gonna
has
put on
to
a
be.
movie and, like, it's
They're
the
all like,
Avengers.
they're all incredible. There has to be some straight man, straight woman,
Somewhere.
right? If they're all
Yeah.
like these goofy, larger than life people, it's like we're
Mhm.
expecting so much, and it's just like 4 positives make a complete box office
Yeah.
failure.
Paul,
You
this is
know? I
the
don't know.
Avengers. All right, calm down.
I don't know.
Avengers of comedy people.
It's just not
Yeah.
interesting, you know? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't understand how any of this has to do with Trump. Like,
It doesn't. Like, geez, Trump's the boogeyman for everything for these losers.
That's why they call it Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
there's no
They're
known
eating the
cure.
dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat.
Ooh, Aubrey Plaza. Yeah, maybe, yeah, Aubrey Plaza. instead of,
Right. She's sort of a straight, maybe,
Leslie,
right.
maybe?
Quieter. Right. It's like a,
Yeah.
right. Maybe it was just a, it was a flop. You can't, like, sorry. It just was.
I got nothing.
That's just what it was.
I mean,
it was a
it's
fucking
all-
flop. Yeah.
Were they all currently on SNL at the time? Maybe it was a deal he did with NBC and Lorne Michaels, and they
No,
were like,
I don't
"Oh,
think.
No
I-
idea.
Melissa
I
McCarthy
think Leslie Jones was the
never
only one
on.
that was
Yeah.
on there. I
Right.
think.
interesting."
Hmm.
And then, Keanu, I don't know if you saw. Well, of course, nobody's watching Agatha all along. I have to watch it for Friday Night Tights, but Sashir Zamata is in the Agatha All Along show, as is Aubrey Plaza. But Aubrey Plaza's had a great career. But Sashir is one of the only people I know whose career has like gotten worse since doing SNL. Because remember, she got scooped up. She was 2 years into stand up.
Right. Right.
I remember she went from doing a couple of shows at like St. Mark's Underground to then
Mhm.
being on SNL. And
no, and
and
no
then
one
it was
knows who that is
nothing.
right now.
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And I
yeah.
only
don't even
I
who
only
that is.
know
Like, what?
I only know who that is because I remember her from the stand-up scene. Same thing with Che. He did stand-up 2 years, got scooped up, and now he's doing great. He's been doing Weekend Update the whole time. But diversity hires.
I don't know who
No, it's
this
fine.
person is at all.
I don't either.
Sashir Zamata.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else she's been in other than Agatha.
I mean, to be fair, I stopped watching SNL like, what's my camera doing? Like a bazillion and a half years ago. So
I
Mhm.
never really
Yeah.
watched it, but
I'm
Something is
that
happening.
Ghostbuster movie sucked, pure and simple.
right. It's
right,
not because
sometimes
they're
a
females.
spade's a spade, guys. Sometimes a spade is a spade.
Right.
Okay?
People don't love remakes of things. It doesn't matter
Mhm.
that they were women. It's just, I mean, put those 4 women in a different fucking movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Come up with something else. Call it
Bridesmaids too.
period busters. I don't know. Like Ghostbusters. I don't,
Yes, period
Something.
busters.
That's the
Right.
patriarchy.
I
I
don't
like period
know.
busters.
Like Trump busters. They're
Yeah.
right. I mean, the left would love that. Do something else. Like,
Because it's all for them anyways, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They don't
what?
care about the rest of the people.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. Do I want to play the rest of this video? Probably not. I wonder if he says anything else. Stupid.
Jones, and I was so excited. And I remember going on to Twitter and
He
saying,
needs to follow the nightlife rule. He needs to remove
Yeah.
one accessory when he leaves the
Too
house.
many.
"Yes,
He does
that's
not need the flower and the
the
2 pocket
first wave.
squares.
That's too much. That's
Too
too
much.
gay.
I love
But it
it. He
occurs
looks
to
like
me-
Halston, but he's got one too many rings on. He needs to remove one thing.
These girls were on SNL except for Melissa, but he also worked with Mellissa McCarthy and I'm ready to party. I can't think of the other actress. Kristen Wiig on Bridesmaids.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he
Did he
wanted to
direct-
do like a similar, not quite a
Just do
Bridesmaids remake.
too.
But
So he directed Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
Well, Bridesmaids
Weird.
was fantastic, but
Yeah.
Melissa was the one that's without her in that movie. She's the one that stood out. Kristen
She
Wiig
did,
played
yeah,
the straight
true.
man. You
is
know,
she the
like
one that shit
yeah.
in the street?
no, she said shit in the sink, not
Yeah.
the street.
Did
The
someone crap in the street in a
yes,
dress?
her name is Maya Rudolph. Yeah, and she was
Okay,
also
okay,
on
okay.
SNL, right? But they also had the blonde lady that was like, my kids, I cracked a towel in half the other day. They were all very downplayed, like performances aside from Melissa. That movie worked. It was an
It was original.
movie. People, men and women, love that movie. This is just trying to put 4 heavy hitters in Ghostbusters, and it just doesn't fucking work.
Mm-mm.
Wow, that was a great movie, Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense to have an all female cast for the most part, in a movie like Bridesmaids. Like that makes
Yeah.
sense.
That makes sense to me. Barbie made $1.5 billion for a reason.
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
because Barbie was replaced by a man.
Right.
They
Let's
do
remake The
fix that.
Hangover with
Yeah,
us
seriously.
5.
Oh
See
my
how that
God!
works.
The
Yeah.
perfect example, Keanu.
Actually, it
Perfect
makes me
example.
yeah,
Why
right.
would you
That's
fuck
perfect
that
example.
up? Yes.
Oh, and the bean could be the baby.
Yeah, exactly.
I already have a carrier and everything.
Listen, I'm from Vegas, but it'll work. It'll work great. Got
Actually, let's do it.
Oh, is this the? Oh, Filthy found
do
the
it.
poop scene.
Oh no.
Aw. Oh my God, this is like Keanu
why.
trying on her dress.
Yeah. You pooped in my dress so many times already.
As-
Oh my god.
I don't love it.
Grenades.
How many of those did you take?
That's just so pretty. It makes my stomach hurt.
Lillian, I don't know what to say.
This is like, I don't know if this is how it goes. You don't have like 5 friends with you. You maybe have like
2
one.
at the max, right?
I
Or-
went by myself
yeah.
one time. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, cool.
I went with my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law.
And I
That was
FaceTime
it.
my mom. But then,
Yeah.
so before this, they had all gone to Kristen Wiig's place. Even though I forget the British woman's name, she wanted to go to a different place, but they went to the place where they all get food poisoning. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, God, are they in Kleinfeld right now? I don't know. I've never been there, but
they're all sweating.
I think it's like supposed
Yeah.
to be like Kleinfeld.
What is her
She's
name?
so pretty, this actress.
I
She's
forget
so
her name.
pretty.
British.
Me too, but she's just
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah, she
oh,
is.
they all get food poisoning at the same time. They all look sweaty.
And she's
Kristen
sweating.
Wiig
She's
is
trying to hold it
hilarious.
in. And then she goes up to her. She's like, "Would you like a Jordan almond?"
Jordan almonds. Oh, they all had to go. I want to
Everybody
rewatch
has
this
the
movie
flu.
now.
She's sweating.
Oh God! Oh, I hate puking so much.
Rose Byrne.
You're
Thank you,
right.
Rose Byrne.
Oh,
No! Look away! Make it no! Look away!
look away! Oh no!
You don't
Oh,
look
how much-
very well.
Look how
Annie.
much she's sweating.
Oh,
I
no.
feel fine.
They probably have to spray her in between takes.
Are you sure it wasn't that gray kind of lamb, or you ate a lot of that weird chicken? Was it that?
Ray lamb. Oh,
I feel fine.
I would like a snack.
I think you'd just feel better if you threw up.
oh! I'm not one of those people that can just throw up for fun. Like I'll feel
Me
better.
neither, but I know
I've
I'll
never
feel
hate
better. I
myself.
just I hate
I have
it.
to let it come
Yeah, so
over
much.
me.
Ugh.
Rose Byrne, thank you,
I
Filthy.
don't have to throw up.
Oh.
Get away from me!
You're not sick. No. In fact,
Look,
Helen,
her hair
I'm
is all
hungry,
wet.
and I wish I had a snack. You're hungry? Starving.
What did we eat? Woo! Sinks are gone. What are you doing? It's coming out of me like lava.
See, if that were really real, like she would have to ask, "What are you doing?" Because you could smell it, and like, why else would you be sitting on a sink?
What are you doing?
Like, yeah, like you see a big fat girl sitting on a sink, you can put two and two together. Oh my god, I gotta rewatch that movie now.
It's too funny.